Clap it up. We got a real one connection. Hallelujah. Y'all take that mic. Y'all go walk. Go take her somewhere, my boy. Go do that thing. I'm a planter today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Pointer here, host of A Real One, your favorite show. I'm not in the usual place for connection check-ins, but this was so urgent. We had to get right into it. I have two remarkable real ones who were on the show before, and it just so happens that they were available to be on this connection check-in and share their experience on the show and also what happened with their connection, because you wanted to know. They got thousands of views, holding hands, walking out. They were supposed to go on a pizza date, all these wonderful things. First, we're just going to see how they're doing. I'm talking about Tess and Adrian. Tess and Adrian, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm good.
Yeah, doing well.
Wonderful. What's the weather like in Minnesota?
Very hot.
Oh,
yeah, sunshine today.
Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna go to each of you really quick and just ask, your experience on the show. What was it like? Let's go, ladies first. Tess, how has life been since you've been on the show?
Oh my gosh, I'm transformed. No, I'm just kidding. But also, honestly, I feel like I've had a good time since the show. Yeah, overall. It's like, where do I even start? I don't know. Yeah, it's been good.
It's been a minute. I know that you had. Let's just talk about some viral moments. Your dress. You didn't really share where it's from, but some fans, when they did their research, they loved the dress. You also had some things to say about turtlenecks and things like that. That they're gorgeous. That's how you said it. I tried to say it just like you. Your wardrobe and style, has that always been how you've dressed?
Yeah, I've been such a fashionista forever. No, I'm just kidding. But I've always loved dressing up. Like, I feel like those are even some of my earliest memories, like with friends, at 4 or 5, just like playing dress up. And I'm happy to reveal that that dress is from a local, it's like a Nordstrom rack, but it's locally owned in a way. So it's called Opitz Outlet. So a lot of local people will know what that is. It just feels like a local gem that I was like, you don't want everyone to know the tea, but whatever.
You were trying to keep it on the down low, but
it's time.
Okay, thank you for revealing that. The other ladies and I guess some dudes nowadays, they might want to rock that dress. So you definitely did your thing on that. Let's swing it to Adrian. Adrian, how you doing?
Doing pretty well, man.
Wonderful. What's life like been since you've been on the show? Have you been recognized? I'm gonna ask Tess that after. But Adrian, have you been recognized? You're very tall. You stand out. Have you been recognized?
A handful of times, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
A couple mutual friends have been like, you are the guy from the show. It's like I was trying to actually trim my own hair and ended up cutting too far in, so that's why I got the fade in right now. But otherwise, people have been recognizing me, for the haircut especially. So
how's business? I know you spoke to specific business ventures you go in. You said you go into places and you want to have a lovely lady on your arm and you want her to be dressed in certain ways. What's business like?
Oh, I mean, business is business. You know what I mean? We're always moving forward. There's lots of exciting stuff and artistic projects I've been able to get myself involved in lately, and things have been looking all right.
Fantastic. Well, I want to get down to the nitty gritty because we don't have a moment to waste. I want to ask Tess really quick. Tess, have you been recognized?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll answer that. Like, honestly, I don't know, except up until last night. 4th of July, baby.
Wow.
And I was out at a local place called Smack Shack. I had never been, but it's in the North Loop. And I don't know if it's seafood normally, but then it transforms to kind of a club on the weekends.
Okay.
And yeah, there was a girl who just was like, oh my God, were you on that YouTube show? So that was fun. Because also, in a crazy twist, we saw a couple of people from the Love is Blind Minneapolis edition also at Smack Shack.
They need to sponsor us. Love is Blind sponsor us.
Yes. Yeah.
But wow, yeah, I mean it's our program especially the best ever. It's awesome to be recognized and to be shouted out. And you guys, literally, your video of this connection got a lot of views. A lot of people were excited to see what happened. So let's cut right into it. Tess, Adrian, did you go out on a date after connecting?
You want to answer or should I?
I'll let Tess go first. But,
Uh-oh.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, everything's good between us now. I feel like Actually, in a way, the fact that we had to schedule this probably helped nudge us to like resolve it, maybe.
Oh,
Well, not anything that bad. Like we went the more casual route instead of a date right away. We like a couple days after filming, he invited me over to his new combined retail / residential establishment. I don't know. Hear the update if he's still there and everything. We tested some of his inventory.
Oh wow,
that's
an interesting way to put it.
Well, yeah, that's the business.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Randomly,
was it that good that Snoop Dogg would approve of?
It was. Also, I had been on a break at that moment, so it probably would have hit either way pretty hard. But I got to meet his mom. His mom was staying there.
Jump straight to that, right? Yeah,
well, it's what happened.
That were,
moving pretty quick.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and then we had planned to try and I think actually fulfill the pizza date prophecy. And I think schedules didn't align. We tried for like a Thursday and then Halloween was the next night on Friday.
Yeah, well, I think there's a detail there, but yeah. No,
wait,
we actually did. We had plans for the Thursday, and then they were canceled a bit.
And who canceled those plans a bit?
Tess was no longer available.
Oh,
and then so we opted for just the Friday.
Oh,
I mean,
from my recollection.
No, I think you're right. I think I like either had to work or like I don't know what came up, but like the fact that we had already gotten to see each other on like Tuesday, I was like, okay, okay, I'll see him on Friday. He had invited me to a Halloween party where he was DJing.
Oh.
And we'll just cut to the chase. It's not bad, but well, whatever.
Yeah, we'll get down. Yeah, give me the meat.
Yeah. Well, he showed up late to his set time, and then when he did show up, he showed up with another girl, and then I had to find out from talking to the girl that they had just been on a date right before going to the party.
Adrian.
So it was a date that I had already planned because of the other one, kind of like not thinking that she was going to end up hanging with me on Friday. This other friend of mine was like a music friend of mine, so I felt weird like telling her, hey, don't come to this music event that you've seen posted for like weeks now. And it was also like a situation that was sunsetting, and I knew like both parties kind of knew that at the point in time.
Wait, what does that mean? Like it was the end of your...
Yeah, we were kind of like becoming just like friends, you know what I mean? So it was like kind of morphing into that point, so that's why. But I was not like upfront about that going into that event for sure, and I could have been like more like a hey, heads up, like I've got my friend.
A whole other woman here.
I'm not gonna put the friend's name out there necessarily, but I'm not gonna put I could have definitely been more upfront, like hey, just a heads up in case you want to make other Halloween plans. Like I have this girl with me right now, so yeah.
So y'all never went on the pizza date?
No.
So Tess, how did you feel about that? So you saw him there with another baddie, I assume, or whatever she looks like, doesn't really matter. How did you feel, Tess? Did you feel betrayed? Did you feel like your heart was shattered?
Well, we weren't anything to each other yet, so it's not that I felt betrayed, but I felt a little disrespected or like, I really appreciate being treated. You were talking about how you were friends with her. Like, I feel like for whatever reason in our society, we treat our friends with more consideration sometimes than like people that are just like a potential of, question mark in your life. So that's kind of, it just like turned me off. Like the fact that he didn't decide to, I'm glad he's reflecting on it now to just share that with me because, and then it just felt a little like he was trying to give me excuses after of like, well, I didn't want to not have either one of you there. Or like, just come over, let's talk about it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to make it so easy for you. No.
Yeah. Did you just leave after that test? You saw her and did you just bounce?
Well, I was with Lizzie that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Lizzie. Okay. You did stay around.
So we hung out for a little bit. We were meeting people. I mean, it was it was a fun house party overall, but it also was, you know, it was getting later anyway, so we like went and got food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Adrian, you had a double, no cheese, 2 baddies, and you should have, like you said, you took accountability. You should have let Tess know,
Yeah.
but you just made a mistake, just straight up. Is there anything you thought at the time?
Like
Did
you
you think
mentioned, like I was
Tess?
running late for the show. I was just like really unorganized that day as well. Like it's,
Okay.
you know, it was a situation where I ended up having to drive and pick up like some pieces of equipment last minute before the show and things like that. So just kind of like snowballed, and it was just kind of like awkward to tell a friend who like happened to live like blocks away from the event, hey, don't come all of a sudden. But I think there's something in that to be said about, you know, realizing that like mature people have to make like tougher decisions like that, and you know, just be vocal about that sometimes.
Yeah, we definitely got to be vocal. But Tess, what's your question?
Well, yeah, I like that you're realizing like, oh, you just have to like have the hard conversation, because like not having it doesn't make the issue go away. It just delays you dealing with it, essentially. So I was curious, and I think you kind of, when we've talked in the past few days, but like, did she know that I was going to be there? So did you privilege her with the information, but not me?
I doubt it.
My understanding is like over like kind of like at the event, I kind of like specified things with her to my recollection, and like we talked about it, but like it wasn't someone I was like in a monogamous situation with at the time or anything like significant. Like it just happened to be a friend that I attended with that was girl.
So you told her,
good looking girl, and things like that, right? But it wasn't, to my recollection, she knew that I had gone on the balloon dating, and this is like the person was going to be there at that show. It's my recollection.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you meant you told her beforehand or you told her there, but either way.
I'm pretty sure it was like there.
Okay, so you didn't tell her before. Okay. I'll cut a... Tess, after that happened, did you talk to Adrian again? Did you text him? Did you say how you felt kind of disrespected, or did you just like leave, go with Lizzie, y'all went out, and that was it?
I think he had like DM'd me or texted me and like been like, did you leave? And then like I responded like the next day or something like that. And that's where I was saying he kind of like made some excuses and stuff. And I kind of, you know, because when I talked about on the show, like I do think having conflict is just like revealing how you guys have a dynamic, and hopefully you become like more trusting and not less trusting after, like, because you understand how you're operating. So I feel like we kind of just, it wasn't a good resolution at that moment in time. So it was kind of excuses and like, well, why don't you come over and I'll explain it to you better in person type vibe. And then he blocked me a little bit after that.
Adrian blocked. Okay, Adrian, I do want your perspective. You were trying to make excuses? Did you straight up apologize, or you were just trying to justify your position?
I think, to be honest, like looking back at the text more recently, I was definitely in a more defensive mindset, I think, at the time, as opposed to just putting myself in Tess's shoes a little bit better.
Yeah,
for sure. So
okay, I'll just keep it real. How do we feel now? I'll start with Tess. Tess. Well, and so you were so defensive, Adrian, that you were like, I'm blocking you. Not only did I have another lady, okay, I'm not trying to diss Adrian, but that's a lot to. Tess, how do you feel? I mean, I love you both, and I love that we can keep it real.
I blocked her. I felt like she came back a little like how it. And this is part of why I wanted it in person, because it's like I feel like we would have been able to articulate it without maybe like tones being misread. It's like how I read the text. It's like I maybe emphasized the parts where she was like upset or hurt versus the parts where she was explaining like things, you know what I mean? So it's like I was focusing and emphasizing like defending myself and, you know, matching a tone that wasn't like there. So then I kind of like blocked it out and stonewalled instead of like approaching the situation with more rational conversation, but like, yeah, I think over text I can feel intimidated for sure versus like an in-person real time.
Well,
Tess, what were you gonna say, Tess?
Like with, talking about tone and stuff, like, yeah, that it always is harder to tell exactly how people are saying things. And just from my perspective, when you had said like, well, you should just come over and we can talk about it, like that felt more like, as a woman, a guy being like, let me get you in person so I can kind of manipulate the situation. And not saying that is what I thought you were going to do, but that's how it came off, where it's like, let me see if I can like charm you out of being upset, or like, let's just see if I can kiss you, do whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a magic wand. It would just be to, again, have the real time conversation. I guess a phone call or FaceTime could have been a good substitute.
Sorry, I interrupted you. What did you say?
No, I was like a phone call or a FaceTime could have been a better like substitute to convey like that. I just wanted it more like real time. You're right that it could have like been more like casual, but it's also again like something I thought that we could have just smoothed over and just kept like hanging out, right? So it's like it was also just like I wasn't trying to make a mountain out of it, right? So I guess like it was also to pacify some of the acute like tension that we had over the situation, since it was just like then. So it was just like, hey, let's kind of like chill. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I think I just also thought like, you really think that I should drive across town to you in this moment? I think that was a big part of it. Like,
that's fair.
No, Adrian, you could have been like, let's meet up at a coffee shop in your neighborhood. But I mean,
right.
we're learning.
You're absolutely right.
And I like that you're taking accountability. You're not.
Yeah, I'm in Minneapolis now, so it's things.
Oh yeah, you were in St. Paul before. So what happened with the retail residential place? Still there? Or?
They're hopefully they open up. There, it's always a struggle for small businesses. I've gotten affiliated with another startup here that's already got a little bit more of a footprint and things like that. So I just had to make some financial moves.
Okay, so you're in Minneapolis now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And Tess, you're in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I'm in St. Louis Park, but it's like that's the inner ring suburb.
Yeah, I'm west side.
And I'm basically in Minneapolis.
So I'm about to introduce a unique aspect, for lack of a better term, to what transpired after the show, and a wonderful connection did come out of this experience. But before that, I just want to see, Adrian, do you still want to get to know more of Tess, or is after all that transpired, it's like the connection is now disconnected?
I don't think it's necessarily disconnected. I think the fact, like you asked initially, like, did we even go on our date? No, right? Like we didn't necessarily.
We did send you some money for that too,
right? We didn't even truly, excuse me, explore the potential, that we had even just as friends, right? It's like there was just like a lot left on the table there.
Let me swing it to Tess. Yeah. So Tess, do you feel it's disconnected? Do you feel that it's like, hey, it's over?
I mean, well, for the longest time I was blocked, so I didn't really think about it. But I mean, because we knew we were gonna film like an update, and that's where I was like, I had to decipher if it felt genuine or not. But I mean, that's the thing. Now, even seeing you face to face, I feel like I was trying to decipher if you were reaching out, to like actually smooth things over, or to like maybe look a little better to the public. You know what I mean? And so that's where I'm literally just trying to be honest, like we don't know each other super well. And, I've already highlighted that friendship is really important to me. I feel like that sort of connection in a relationship it just translates better if you've like been friends first. So like, I would be open to like kind of, I don't know if we would need to call it a date, but yeah, just like getting to know each other a little bit better. Yeah, get some pizza. We have so many good pizzas in town, honestly.
Wow, y'all are so mature. You're so real, and I appreciate even the willingness. And I love that y'all are honest. And if you don't feel like connecting, it's up to y'all. It doesn't really matter. My money's already been out. I didn't ask for a refund. So it is what it is. But what is a unique dynamic is another connection happened. And I want to just hear more about how that unfurled. I don't want to spoil anything, but the fans will remember there was another gentleman who was there. And you know what? We're just gonna bring him on now. Adrian, I don't know if you want to, wait around and see another. Yeah.
I'll just give Adrian a compliment too. Like it was just funny. Like, yes, he did block me, but like, because when we filmed it, we didn't see our episode for many months. And so we didn't know each other's like Instagram, and he did like try very hard. He like went to your followers. He looked for all the Tesses. He found me. So I thought that was actually sweet. That was sweet.
Okay. All right. And Tess, you're a sweetheart. You gave some sandwich method feedback. So I think that was good to end it out with a little posy. Now let's see what this gentleman, we're going to add him in because he came on and rocked the house. He was in the lineup with Adrian. David, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
You are a real one. You're here. And I want you to be the one to kind of explain, how did you get in the mix? And I don't know if Adrian wants to see another brother talking to his lady. It's kind of the reverse of what happened. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know, David, what happened? How did you start talking to Tess?
So when the Minneapolis episode dropped, where it was the ladies in the lineup, so that was one of Tess's episodes, I went through and I was like, hey, I remember Tess. Tess was pretty cool. So I reached out and we just started talking. I don't actually remember.
I remember what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, you had said, I think our episode was a little more productive, or like something to that effect, because the first episode was when I was holding a balloon in the lineup, and it was like 30-year-old men. And yeah, Pointer, the way you chose them, there's a lot of conservative coded men and a lot of liberal coded women. You know what you're doing.
Well, that's a whole other Well, yeah, we'll get to that at another time, perhaps. I mean, you know what's interesting? And I remember we said this. Well, anyway, it's about David. And Anyway, David, you continue. I can speak to that at another time.
Yeah, I don't remember how we started hanging out. It's been a while. But yeah, no, we've been friends for a while. Tess is super cool. I think, what was it? Tess, I invited you to my gym at one point. And then we got brunch at some point with your mother and saw a pop-up from one of my gym friends who's doing like a scones business. What is it? It's Noco Scone Company. It's one of my friends. He runs a like pop-up thing with scones. That's pretty cool. I got to meet Tess's mother.
Wow, everybody beating everybody mama.
Yeah, we've just been kicking it as friends, and it's been really, really cool.
Yeah. No, I love that. So it was just random. So the episode dropped, you slid in her DMs, but just on a friendly vibe, and just a friendship popped off.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was sweet because, like, David, I mean, this is it's a weird compliment, but like he likes to DM a lot. I'll just say, like, I feel like it was like it helped the I don't know, friendship develop, because then I already knew he was into martial arts. And he invited me to his gym. I had told him that I was making scones a lot with my mom, actually, and that's when he told me he has a friend who had a scone business, and I thought that felt like such a cool like little glimmer from the universe to be like, what? Who knows someone with a local scone business?
Random, yeah.
And he makes them with like really incredible flavors. And I work at a really cool Hmong restaurant in town called Diane's Place, and he uses a lot of cool like Southeast Asian ingredients. And but I think that's what made it so easy, because I was like, hey, me and my mom are going to go to that pop-up, because I started following Noco Scone Co. from David's recommendation. And I was like, do you just want to meet us there? It was at like a local NA bottle shop called Marigold's. And we just have so many cute little places like that in Minnesota, and so many great local small businesses. So we wanted to, me and my mom were going to get lunch after. So we're like, David, do you want to come with? And
that's awesome. Yeah. Wow. That's the beauty, even though it's not pop the balloon or find a friend, it is beautiful when something doesn't quite connect with the connection, but there's, just another blessing that comes out of it. Now, David, for your safety, I do have to ask, are you still doing that crazy on the freeway, all that craziness?
Yep. Yeah.
Ever since, I was like, let's pray for our brother. But I'm glad you're all right. Tess, I'm hoping you're not going to join him on those freeway 90-mile-an-hour adventures.
No, I mean, I haven't actually seen him do it on the highway. I know that he does, and a lot of downhill skateboarding, and he also started riding bulls
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
doing his MMA fighting. So,
Oh, my goodness.
That's a
adrenaline.
lot.
Okay. Everybody doing everything. Wow. And my boy Adrian just chilling, man, being a businessman. I mean, I appreciate you three. I mean, David, is there anything you wanted to share? Anything you wanted to plug? Because I brought you in. I just wanted that because I think that connection piece is really important, that it still was something great came out of course, the entire experience in other ways. But I think that's awesome. David, was there anything else to share from your perspective?
Man, not really. I don't know. I guess I'll shout out some of the places I'll be riding. Riding bulls at this season. Lone Oak Rodeo, August 7th to 8th in Mayer, Minnesota. Hopefully I'll be there. It's going to be a good time. I don't know. I honestly never really participated in like rodeo sports. I never went to any rodeos, and I just did it because I wanted to do the sport.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of ties into a lot of my personal ethos, which is just to like say yes to stuff. You know, Tess hit me up on a Sunday at like 8 a.m. saying, "Hey, do you want to go get scones at this pop-up?" And I was like, "Yep, let's do it." Right?
And even saying yes to sliding in Tess's DMs, you took a risk and it paid off greatly because you got a friend. We want love, and I'm not even gonna make it awkward and say, y'all are just friends. But I love to see it. I really do. So I just want to close out. Tess brought up a great point with the selection of men for the beginning episode. I'm gonna say this, Tess. I don't know if you'll agree. Unfortunately, dating in general is not the best in general, but from what my experience being all over the country helping people find love or lack thereof, a lot of older gentlemen start to believe certain things about women. And I think you'll agree with that. I would hope. And it's unfortunate that some of the things that are believed are not the most positive, but I think the older some brothers get, they become more scarred. And women can be this way too. Everybody has baggage and experiences, but those selection of men, they definitely, the one did say he was conservative out the gate. And I was like, okay, we'll still come, who knows? But the rest did not explicitly state they were either MAGA, Trump, conservative, nothing like that. So it came as a surprise to me as well. So just so you know, Pointer wasn't trying to do no mismatch craziness, but I think just a lot of men start to get in their head, which isn't always good.
I also think, because I do think of this as an experiment, I feel like I just love to think of like the sociology and psychology of things like this. And energy is so contagious. I work in restaurants, so like if people are helping each other, that's contagious. If it's going into disarray, that's contagious too. And so I feel like the energy on that first one was just like, fuck these, it was just like, what? And then they were all sharing backstage and like kind of riled each other up. Of
that last one. Yeah.
Well, and two of us, me and Lilia, who also, let's shout out Lilia. She lives in Duluth. She had come down, but we've seen her in town a couple of times. She participated in Art in Bloom, which is a really cool yearly exhibit in May where artists or anyone really who signs up can make a floral arrangement that imitates some piece of art in the Minneapolis Institute of Art. So, yeah, we love Lilia.
Those are great. All the women were amazing, obviously.
But speaking of her, some of those guys were, when they were riling each other up, they're like, the girl with a black dress and glasses like is such a bitch or something to that effect. And we're like, well, I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but one of us, okay. And then I think the younger guys seemed a little bit more open-minded or hot.
More hot. Okay, shout out David and Adrian being hot.
No, more hot. I said more high, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you said hot. Oh, darn, I was so happy. Anyway,
not you, Slim. Remember Slim?
Oh yeah. No, like
okay. Anyway, let's not. Okay, I don't want to get canceled. Anyway, we're about to hit. Look, I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. Shout out Minneapolis. A lot of fans want us to come back. We didn't get to do seniors there, but y'all don't really care about that. But I appreciate all three of you. If y'all do connect, I don't want to say I'll throw more money for a pizza date, but if something does pop off love wise, because friendship, that's just, you ain't got to spend no money, but let Pointer know and we'll see what we can do to help y'all, whatever. But anyway, y'all are amazing. Thank you for doing this. Adrian, did you want to shout out anything? And then I'll get offer to Tess and then we're going to close out. Adrian, anything?
Shout out Planet Rock, shout out Minneapolis, shout out Pointer, shout out The Last Talk Show, you know what it is. Shout out Tess, shout out David, it's been fun.
You're awesome.
A learning
Tess,
experience
anything?
for sure.
Thank you, Adrian. No, and we definitely, like we said, we want everyone to find their real one. So, you know, if y'all don't work out and we do come back, we'll try to find some women that are okay with, you know, seeing their, anyway.
Seeing the competition of
I'm a
real
terrible
time.
person. I'm a terrible person. Tess, anything? Did you want to plug, you know, social or shout out, anything like that?
Well, I just want to shout out, the really awesome restaurant that I work at, Diane's Place. We got the first Minnesotan restaurant to be on the top 50 in the U.S.
Wow.
We're at number 50, but yeah, incredible Midwestern meets Hmong food, incredible pastries, which, as we know, I'm obsessed with pastries. And just shout out to, I don't know, finding joy in a crazy time to be alive.
And even this, I love the maturity and how y'all just kept it real, but kept it peaceful. No one was super defensive. It's just y'all shared your experience, what happened, and we saw some accountability. And then we just saw our boy David just chilling. David was chill. For how dangerous and crazy his life can be, David is chill. I really appreciate all of y'all. But David, thank you, my brother. Thank you for chilling out and hearing their story. And, you know, just y'all are amazing. So y'all have a good one. Thank you, everybody. We did it. Thank you for this connection check-in.
Thanks, Pointer. That was fun. Come back to Minneapolis, and honestly, we do have some cool seniors here. You should do a senior episode.
Yeah, well, that was anyway. We won't go into that tangent, but yes, we definitely want to help our older folk find love. So we'll probably be back. We'll see about the weather.
I know what you're thinking, friends. I want to watch more of his videos. Well, that's a beautiful thing. We've got this video here, which is one of my favorites. I promise you, you won't regret watching it. We also have this playlist if you just want to dive deep into what we do, or this video here, which is groundbreaking, or you can click this if you plan to subscribe, which I hope you do. So thank you for watching, folks. We've got a lot of content just for you. Hope you enjoy.